The three determining factors for an impressive trophy list when I started trophy hunting were as follows. Number 1, number of platinums. Number 2, rarity of platinums. Number 3, difficulty of platinums. Now, of course, from first look at a list, it's hard to assess if a hunter has tough plats or not, unless, of course, you have the mega bugged difficulty extension for PSMP. So the only two categories we can easily judge a trophy hunter on is the number of platinums and the number of ultra rare trophies in their collection. But are either of these a fair or accurate way to evaluate our peers? I'm not sure they are. Over the last few years, the grubby explosion has gotten way out of hand, from the days of Slide being a truly rare thing on the PlayStation Store to a flurry of shovelware titles. Following the success of Green Lava Studios' classics Mr. Masagi and My Name is Mayo, short indie games flooded the market, and to their credit, many are decent games from the developers but given easy trophy lists by the publishers. These games caused controversy and outrage among the get-good elitists, but I challenge anyone to tell me that Donut County or Daggerhood are not great games. I always liked this business model as it meant low-budget indie games reached a wider audience and allowed the developers to build their businesses in an inclusive business model for devs and gamers alike. However, as it is in all businesses, eventually the market became exploited and a new danger for PlayStation gamers emerged. Shovelware. These games infiltrated the PlayStation Store quickly, taking over the new release page and hiding real games amongst a steaming pile of shite. Like a rodent infestation, at first it was a few, but they quickly bred at a speed that no human can keep up with. Well, maybe Hakum could. But these abominations aren't even games. They're programs with as much entertainment value as a YouTuber's sponsored advert in the middle of a great video. They offer as much fun as a dentist ripping out your wisdom tooth without anesthetic, and they offer as much engagement as a fleshlight. They may give you something to do for 10 minutes, but the only thing you get for your time and money is a cheap, nasty platinum. The shovelware revolution has made trophy lists even harder to assess. The amount of platinums a person has is no longer in any way relevant to their skill or even commitment to the hobby. So that just leaves ultra rare trophies as the single analytical factor we can judge a hunter on, right? Well, no, not as much as it turns out, and I want to show you the evidence as to why ultra rares no longer mean as much as they did, if they meant anything to begin with. So let's go! According to this Reddit post, Bloodborne is the 5th most platinumed PS4 game of the generation. Now, Bloodborne is a masterpiece, and as a proud owner of its platinum trophy, I can absolutely understand why so many people have platted it. The world, the lore, the combat mechanics, the gloriously dark and Lovecraftian environments, the challenge. Bloodborne is a fucking masterpiece and a game that many of us take on as a rite of passage, a game to prove we are serious about being a hunter. Its platinum sits at 21.66% rarity on PSMP, so over a fifth of registered players have earned that shiny fucking plat. Good on you. Good on all of you good hunters. The Dark Souls trilogy follows suit, all have platinums over 14% in rarity, not even very rare, let alone ultra. Souls and Souls-like in general invite a competitive audience, people who relish a challenge, and yes, they are hard, but not ridiculously so. They are most definitely a solid challenge for all mediocre gamers. These games, along with Cuphead, Unbound Worlds Apart, and Ghost Runner, prove that games with a fair difficulty will have many hunters achieving their platinums. Of course, games such as Wolfenstein 2 and Super Meat Boy break this mold, but those games are not reasonably difficult, they're hard as balls, proving that difficulty alone does not determine how rare a platinum trophy will become. So what does? Many online games have ultra-rare platinums, leading me at first to believe these games required a high level of skill to earn, but upon investigating this topic, I discovered this was not actually consistent among online games. In fact, most online games with ultra-rare platinums seem to be due to ridiculous levels of grinding and not, in fact, any difficulty-related trophies. Star Wars Battlefront 1 proves this, as it's not hard, just grindy as hell. The last two installments of the FIFA franchise, 22 and 23, also confirm that grind is far more derailing for many hunters than difficulty. Most online games can be boosted, as Platbro and Shadow proved with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, or as Guy Faruski, Deadly CD UK and myself proved with the abhorrent Injustice 2. All of these games included PvP wins in ranked matches, and we were all able to boost them easily. In fact, the hardest thing to do in both games were tutorials. Yes, seriously, the tutorials. They are a fucking ball ache, and they are the hardest part of your platinum adventure for either of these games. I recently platinumed Rayman Legends, which is a brilliant game. Truly, the platinum for the most part is very doable. The game mostly wants you to complete every level to 100%, which is not as hard as it sounds. The rarity comes from one single trophy, the trophy that made me ponder this topic so heavily, the truly awesome Silvo for reaching level 11 of awesomeness that requires the player to earn trophies in online daily challenges. Again, these aren't hard. It's very easy to achieve silvers in both dailies with little skill, but they take forever. To earn this trophy, you have to accrue around 1,400 points that you can't earn offline. This means you are forced to do daily challenges for a minimum of 3 months, but for most it's closer to 6. Again, the platinum is ultra rare because of the grind, not the difficulty. So maybe the rarity of some of these games is due to the online grind and that hunters don't want to pursue platinum trophies that require playing online. The only way to test this theory is to look at really grindy offline games and see if they have a consistently higher percentage of platinum earners. Now from my own list, I can see easily that some grindy offline games are still ultra rare, not because of difficulty, but because of the tedious work required to earn them. A great example of this is the PS Vita game ported to PS4, Space Overlords. Now, Overlords has a 2.05% ultra rare platinum on PSMP, and although the game can be tricky, it's a mere 4 out of 10 difficulty. The rarity for this game comes in the post-story grind from hell. To earn this platinum, you have to destroy 250,000 buildings for the Overdrive Overlord Goldie, and there is only one way to do this. To create a map with 147 buildings in it and enter it over and over and over again until you reach that figure. Each run takes a minimum of 50 seconds on PS5, and after the story, you will have roughly 20,000 buildings destroyed, leaving just 230,000 to go. That is 1,565 runs in total. Pretty clear why Space Overlords has a 2.05% platinum, right? So mega difficulty, mega online, or mega grind are the causes of a platinum trophy to become ultra rare. But determining why someone has a huge pile of ultra rares on their list would take deep investigation, the sort of analysis only Guy Firuski puts into his trophy list reviews. So what does this mean for ultra rare trophies? And how does this make the PSMP leaderboards and even trophy lists in general meaningless? Well, let me show you. If you're a subscriber to the channel, you'll know from our ZX Fails video that I am not a good gamer. In fact, it's common knowledge that I suck. So let's compare my ultra rare collection to the Chads, Platinum Bro and Guy Firuski. 2 gamers I have played with a lot, and also gamed some with. Both P-Bro and Firuski are damn good gamers, much better than they admit and far better than I will ever be. But that's okay, because Chads that they are have both carried me through some tough online games. I love these guys, and I have absolutely no qualms in admitting that they are better than I am. They just are. They're also amazingly supportive and encouraging. If it wasn't for Guy Firuski, I never would have started this channel, never would have got back into online gaming. If it weren't for P-Bro, I would never have gotten so addicted to multiplayer games. What I'm saying here about ultra rare trophies is no slight on either of them. Deadly loyal to my boys. This is about the trophy system on PSMP and nothing else. At the time of recording, this is my trophy collection. This is P-Bro's, and this is Firuski's. So who has more ultra rares? That's right, I do. And that's why I feel this system is fucked beyond repair. Because if a gimp like me has more ultra rares than these two, it's all gone very wrong. Now, it can be argued that P-Bro is a grub lord, and sure, he has his dirty, slutty phase of rat plats, but the man is a hardcore trophy hunter and a lot better gamer than even he realizes. He didn't get carried through Alien Fireteam, he earned the platinum with hard work and perseverance. He just platted MVC Infinite and Crash Bandicoot. The man has serious skills. Granted, he and I play a lot together, and the ultra rares he's aiming for, like Arcadegeddon and Call of Duty World War II, he's doing with me, so he can't really get, much ahead of me even if he did. But Firuski is doing his backlog, older games that require mostly online grinding like Kakarot or Monster Hunter World. So how do I have more than him? Recently, the Chad known as Guy Firuski was removed from the PSMP leaderboards due to actions not of his own making. He was removed because a modder approached him online playing GTA and boosted his level to earn a trophy. Guy Firuski had no control over this and no way to stop it. He didn't look for or even ask for it. Yet the admins at PSMP have deemed him guilty of cheating. We at ZXL take grave offence to this slight against the GOAT and demand that the admin look at his case and restore him to the leaderboards immediately. The only thing I take from this investigation is that the trophy system is broken and needs a serious reassessment to remain relevant to our community. This is not just PSMP, but PlayStation must address these issues if they wish to keep pushing platinum hunting at their audience. We are not a small community anymore. We grow daily. We are now legion. Let us have a new system that suits the community as a whole and creates a healthier environment for all. Let me know what you think about all this. I'm Zach, she's Crew, this is LXL. Be good to each other.